Hi, I'm Tiffany, and this is Towering TBR. Okay, so I was really excited to get an advanced reader copy of The Angel Maker by Alex North. I have read 2 of his previous books, and I love the spooky, supernatural elements usually. And this was an eagerly anticipated read. I was so excited for it. There are several threads that come together at the end. We see this rich man murdered in his derelict mansion. We hear about a serial killer named Jack Locke, who is nicknamed the Angel Maker, and he kills children. There is a teen boy who is viciously assaulted by a stranger, and there's a detective trying to piece everything together. So the first thing I want to mention is this is categorized as a thriller. It is not thrilling at all. At no point was I really excited or nervous for any of the characters. It is a mystery. Unfortunately, there's really heavy-handed foreshadowing, which led me to guess the only kind of twist that the book actually had. Yeah, it really lacked tension and intrigue, and quite honestly, I wasn't compelled to keep reading. It would have been a DNF, which means did not finish, if this hadn't been an arc. So I mentioned with his other books that he has really great atmosphere and has a supernatural element. I found that the atmosphere in this book was really lacking. The only supernatural or speculative element in the book is a book of prophecies, which is accurate. We don't really get an explanation of why it's accurate. It's just the only non-realistic aspect of the book. I struggle a lot to review this because I don't have a lot of good things to say about this book, unfortunately. I did like some of the writing, and I actually have a quote that I thought was pretty good. It said, "The house seemed saturated by grief and sorrow as it was by the downpour." So I liked that. So the characters were very one-dimensional. The husband of the wife who is concerned about crime, he gaslights her and is always like, "You worry too much." But like she had reason to worry, and I really found him to be kind of a deplorable character. We don't really get much else from him. Similarly with the murderer, we don't really get a lot of motivation. I will say the one and only thing in this book that I found intriguing was the philosophy of determinism that was brought in. The murderer believes in determinism, meaning that whatever is supposed to happen will happen. You don't have free will or choice. You can't change the future. You can't change anything. It was always how it was meant to be. And so I'm going to read 2 quotes that talked about that. "But on an evening when you're deciding whether or not to have that second glass of wine, it might feel like you're free to make up your mind either way. But you aren't. What will happen will happen. What happens was always going to happen." And many religions consider God to be an omniscient, all-knowing. And if God knows the future, then the future can't be changed. So that was the only part of the story that I found intriguing. And unfortunately, I don't really feel like the author really dissects it much. I think there were too many characters, too many threads, and it just didn't come together. And unfortunately, it was quite disappointing. At the end, which is, supposed to be the big conclusion, I didn't care. So yeah, I think it lacked tension, it lacked intrigue, it lacked atmosphere and good characters. And unfortunately, I can't recommend this book to anybody. I think if you're a person who reads a lot of mystery thrillers, you'll be disappointed because the twist is really easy to see. And And I think if you're a person who doesn't read that many mysteries and is interested in giving them a try, this is not a good one to start with. I highly recommend his other 2 books, but this one just flopped. Unfortunately, this was a big bummer. Yeah. If you've read this, let me know your thoughts. And if you're still intrigued, let me know why. Thanks for joining me. Let's have a chat in the comments below. Bye.